Good morning, Facebook. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kalina Estrinos, and I'm with 10 News This Morning. And we are here with Melanie Anderson, who actually just did a story on that aired last week for our Making It in San Diego segment. So what this segment is we kind of go around San Diego trying to figure out ways to help people save, try to revise their budget, give them tips and tricks for kind of conquering that. So Melanie, you live in San Marcos. I call you my budget savvy blogger because you've been posting a lot of stuff on how people can kind of save money. So let's start off with why you wanted to kind of dive into the blogger world.
I wanted to encourage people from my experience on saving in all sorts of different ways, on their monthly bills, on gift giving, on preparing for the holidays, but especially on the thing that I was spending the most money on, the thing I'd gotten so sloppy on, which was groceries, on food for our family.
So Melanie, for our story, again, that aired last Friday, we talked about your grocery costs. You have a family of 6. It's 6 of you total. And she told me that she was spending $1,500 a month on her grocery bill. So you can imagine why she would want to try to trim that down. And the concept you came up with is reverse meal planning. We've all heard of meal planning, but this is meal planning in reverse. So can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yes, it's two-part. First, I recommend starting with asking yourself, what do we have when you start to think about food and what you're preparing for your family? What do we have? Before I was saying, what am I in the mood for? And when I asked myself, what am I in the mood for? That meant I went to the grocery store and I spent $50 for a meal for my family of 6 and maybe a couple snacks. But there went $50. So asking yourself, what do we have? And then, secondly, I recommend this reverse meal planning, which starts with calling your grocery store. The one that's most convenient, the one that's nearby, the one that you can repeat visit. Call them and ask, what time of day do you clearance? For me, the most expensive aspect of our food budget was meat. So I called and talked to the meat department. What time do you clearance your meat items? Produce, they clearance those as well, and bakery items. So buying those first, the clearanced items of meat, produce, and bakery, and then going home and seeing, what do I have? What am I gonna make tonight? And you can look online for different sites to come up with a meal plan from those ingredients, and you've just slashed your bill.
So you're basically meal planning, and the concept of meal planning is you kind of write everything down. You say you want tacos on Monday, I want pancakes in the morning the next day, I want, a salad essentially. So then you kind of write down all the ingredients, you go to the store with this long, long list, walk through all the aisles, and I'm spending $1,500.
Yes.
Now she's reversing it all and saying, okay, I know I need my proteins, I know I need my produce, I know I need, items from the bakery. So you're going in there, you're already in this mindset of, I'm going to get the best deal on all of these items, put them in my cart, head out there. So from $1,500 till now, what are you spending now on your family of 6 grocery budget?
It's a little shocking.
Okay.
It's $233 a month.
Okay.
Last month we got it down to $229. But regardless, it's at least $1,000 less per month.
Can you give us some examples of, I guess, something that you would buy at the store that usually might cost X amount of dollars, and then what you spend now?
Yes. For example, my husband and I wanted to do a date night in recently, and I thought it's going to cost a lot of money. I don't know how to do this. I went to the clearance section for the meat department, and a ribeye steak that had been $33 was marked down to $7.86. We had a 2.2-pound ribeye steak to share, along with clearanced Cheesecake Factory brand cheesecake. It was exceptional. It was 50% off clearance. And then there was also a rebate for wine, buy one, get one free of wine. So all of a sudden, our amazing date night in that would have cost a lot more just got slashed by at least 50%.
I remember going into her refrigerator and I saw it was like ground turkey you got for $1.99 or $2 or something. Salads were all discounted.
Yes.
But there's also tips and tricks that you have for people that actually go to the store, and you might see something that, the box might look a little damaged. That's usually marked off too.
Yes. Cans that are damaged, that have fallen when the stocker was putting them on the shelves, those are generally 50 to 75% off. Cereals, so often the box is a little bit cosmetically damaged. It's entirely fine cereal for my kids. I picked up Frosted Flakes, the organic store brand, for $1.99. Usually I think it's $4.99 a box.
So speaking of organic, because I know we had this conversation when I was interviewing you too, a lot of people don't think they can buy organic produce or organic items that are on clearance.
Yes.
What do you say?
I say absolutely you can. They go on clearance just as often as regular non-organic food. So grass-fed organic beef, usually it's $8.99 a pound at my local grocery store. I can get it for $2.49 a pound. It's exceptional savings, and yet you're eating better than ever. The produce section where it's clearanced, instead of $1.99 per pound for the organic bell peppers, it's 99 cents per bag of organic bell peppers. It's great.
One of the biggest questions people have when I was telling them about you and what you were doing, expiration dates, and if the product you're buying is moldy. So a lot of people will avoid getting clearance items because they think it's really close to the expiration date. They might not use it in time, but that's kind of where the concept of, creating a meal plan after you have everything. But are you getting these items and are you able to eat them in time? Do they have mold on them? What's the deal?
It does not have mold on it.
Okay.
It's viable, great, non-expired food that's discounted. It may be getting close to its expiration date. I may need to get home and cook it in the next day or two to make sure that it is cooked before it were to expire. But absolutely not. It is not expired food that's being purchased when you go into the clearance areas. That, and also especially with the cosmetic damaged items, it's only the outside of the box. It has nothing to do with expiration date. It may still be a year away. So absolutely not. You can still get great fresh food.
And tips and tricks, because I know you were saying that sometimes you'll make it that night if you have to, but you were telling me something about onions being able to be frozen for an X amount of time, so that kind of saves you time and money too.
Yes, you can buy in bulk with this as well. So for example, there was 50 pounds of onions that I could buy for $9.99. That's incredible. If I hadn't bought it at the discounted price, it would have been $50 worth of onions. And so, yes, I do a little research, learn about the item that I've just bought in bulk. Onions can last 10 to 12 months when they've been diced and frozen. So absolutely, you can preserve these things for a long time.
I like this. Okay, another question. I'm going to the store. I have a bunch of bell peppers. I have a bunch of onions. I have some spinach maybe, all clearance, all discounted. I have some meat and, I don't know, a loaf of bread or something. What do I do when I get home? How do I know what the heck to make with that if I'm not, chef savvy?
I am not a cook.
Okay.
I am terrible at cooking, but there are certain sites like supercook.com, myfridgefood.com, and also just Google. I put in recently, I had some different types of beans I'd never cooked with before, and I just Googled them and said, listed the types of beans, and it came up with great recipes. I threw it all in my crock pot and it was delicious that night.
So what's your favorite thing to make for your kids with all of these items?
Hands down, the linguine carbonara. Absolutely easy, inexpensive, and yet my husband says it's an inexpensive luxury. It tastes phenomenal. All you need are the eggs, the Parmesan cheese, the noodles, and when we add the bacon, when you get it clearanced, instead of paying $7.49 per pound for the bacon, which makes the linguine carbonara very expensive, and you wait until it's on sale for 99 cents a pound, all of a sudden you're eating delicious food.
We were talking about the stigma, and I know over the phone you mentioned to me that you've gone to the store before and you've seen other moms kind of doing the same thing,
Yes.
and that no one should really be ashamed or afraid to go and pick up a basket full of clearance items.
Yes, absolutely. Because food is such an important part of our traditions, of our holidays, and making delicious food is important, but it's even better when you can make it and not blow the budget,
Yeah, especially around the holidays,
Yes.
right? Okay, so on our website we have a section called Making It San Diego. We have your story posted there as well. It's reverse meal planning, and this girl saving so much money. But we also have a meal plan guide for stretching your budget. So I know we actually talked about how certain grocery stores gives you an additional discount if you like their page, if you do certain things. So can you elaborate on that?
There are grocery stores, large chain grocery stores in my area, that if you go on their social media page, if you like them on Facebook, once a week they tell you how to get free food. So I got a loaf of organic bread. It would have been $6.19 if I had just gone in and purchased it, but I knew the code word from the social media page. And so I said whatever the code word was, and I walked out with a free loaf of bread.
So just because people need to worry about time, how much time do they have to do this, what you're doing, do you consider it easy, time consuming?
I'm a mom of 4 children. Time is of the essence. I don't have time to go to 5 different stores. I don't have a lot of time to compare the different prices at different places. I don't even have that much time to coupon. But it can so easily be done. I go in, I recommend twice a week, and that's enough.
And then you just cook it that week.
Yes.
I love this. All right, again, this is Melanie Anderson. Your website
is sixonabudget.com.
And that's your Facebook also.
Yes.
And you actually have a lot of people that have been sharing their grocery carts and all of their clearance items too. What's the feedback on that?
People are writing saying this has saved me 50% or more on their groceries that they had been spending on their family for just the same food, but now so much cheaper. And they can save that money, spend it, like you say, on the holidays or something more unforgettable.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Making It in San Diego, reverse meal planning with Melanie Anderson. Again, she took her grocery bill, monthly grocery bill, from $1,500 to anywhere between $200 and $300. So that is something that she suggests you do. If you want to visit her on her website, you can go to sixonabudget.com, her Facebook page, or check out our Making It in San Diego page at 10news.com. Just click on the Making It in San Diego section. Thanks.